Now it's UCLA on the counter, USC looking to gather. Here's O'Brien cruising in, shooting and scoring. It's a 3-goal lead for UCLA.
Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of The Counterattack, brought to you by the Rudy Project and XX2I. Greg Mescall here with you, and yes, women's college water polo has completed their regular season. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, men's national team action. For the first time since the Rio Olympic Games, the USA men are back in action. They have arrived on the Gold Coast in Australia for the FINA Men's Intercontinental Tournament, and so far, so good. Team USA getting out to a victory over Japan on day one, 10-8. Johnny Hooper scoring 4 goals, 3 for Alex Obert, 15 saves in net for Alex Wolf. Make sure you keep an eye on usawaterpolo.org. We'll have updates of the event as it progresses. Best of luck to Team USA the rest of the way on the Gold Coast. From there, we turn to college water polo, and as you saw in the Open, it was a battle of LA, USC versus UCLA, the number 1 seed in the MPSF tournament on the line, 1 versus 2. Here are the highlights via the Pac-12 network.
Maddie, a big game for you offensively. We look at some of the replays. It looked like there were some tough angles, but you have great confidence in your shot. What did you see today that allowed you to put so many shots home?
Based off of that last time we played them at the UCI tournament, just learning from the defense that they play, just the different ways that they run their defense, and while you're open and playing your role, and especially my role being an offensive shooter, when it was my opportunity to score, I had to step up and do it, and that's why I had 5 goals.
So a big win for UCLA. They take the 1 seed in the MPSF and will end the regular season as the number 1 team in the country. They are looking ahead to their postseason conference tournament, but first, playoff action already underway. This past weekend, Pomona Pitzer punching the first ticket to the 2017 NCAA championship. The Sage Hens winning the SCIAC crown with a 9-3 win over Whittier. Congrats to Pomona Pitzer. They won't learn their fate until after the rest of the conference tournaments coming up this weekend. Here's a look at the rest of the conference tournaments. There are 6 more automatic bids up for grabs, including the Big West, CWPA, Golden Coast, the MAC, of course the MPSF, and the WWPA. In addition to those 6 automatic berths, you add in the Sage Hens, there'll be 3 more at-large selections, likely all from the MPSF, and that will make up the field. We'll have the full field next week right here on the Counterattack. Before we get to that, more action from last weekend. San Diego has a great rivalry. UC San Diego versus San Diego State. They call it the Harper Cup. KUSI was there with the highlights.
First quarter of the Aztecs, Courtney Jarvis finds her teammate Caroline Israels, who finds the back of the net, tie it at 1 apiece. In the fourth, it's the Tritons' Lori Tittle to Alexis Weisler. She finds the corner of the net to complete the hat trick. Moments later, her teammate Lauren Boyer goes the opposite side of the net for her game high 5th goal as UCSD takes the cup, the final 10-6.
This is one of our favorite games of the whole entire season, and this rivalry has just gotten better and better each year, and every single person on this team puts work in to get this cup each year, and we worked as a team and we got it.
So the win and the Harper Cup, named in honor of longtime UC San Diego coach Denny Harper, goes to the Tritons. From there, we look to our college scoreboard, brought to you by Cap 7. Stanford all over San Jose State, 17-3. That clinched the 2 seed in the MPSF for the Cardinal. Back east, Connecticut College edging Monmouth 7-6. We go Golden Coast action. This was a close one. Pacific 1 goal better than Santa Clara, 8-7. Santa Clara will host the Golden Coast. And then we go UC Irvine, Long Beach State in the Big West. This would have an impact on who would be the regular season champ, and it's the Anteaters of UC Irvine. They win it 6-3, claiming the regular season crown. Looking ahead to the Big West title, they'll be at UC Davis. And now we turn to women's national team action and the retirement of Olympian KK Clark, the 2016 gold medalist, a vital player for Team USA since 2013, announcing her retirement last week. And of course, a lot of support in favor of Clark coming from first coach Adam Krikorian, who coached Clark and recruited her to play at UCLA, was part of his last national championship team with the Bruins back in 2009. National team teammate Kaleigh Gilchrist weighing in, and also our friends at Clean Athlete paying their respects to the career of KK Clark. She'll, of course, still be in the pool playing for the New York Athletic Club at USA Water Polo Club events. And then we turn to one of those aforementioned teammates, Kaleigh Gilchrist. She's given up water polo for the moment, pursuing her dreams on the surfboard. Also got a chance to meet Kobe Bryant, a very cool feature here from the Olympic Channel. Check out the full feature at twitter.com/Olympic Channel. Very cool to see Kaleigh Gilchrist featured as she is traveling around the world for various surfing competitions. And while KK and Kaleigh won't be competing for Team USA, there are a host of other athletes that'll be taking the USA red, white, and blue cap at UC Davis this May 2nd through 7th. Don't miss your chance to see Team USA in action. Tickets on sale only at the door. We'll be streaming the final 3 days of competition right here live on USA Water Polo TV at facebook.com/USAWP. More college water polo action, future NCAA championship sites announced, and some places you know, and some new opportunities for hosts out there in the world of college water polo. As we look first, the men's water polo championship, Stanford and UCLA, familiar hosts, but Pacific getting an opportunity in 2019, heading to Stockton on December 7th and 8th. And then on the women's side of things, Stanford, UCLA getting opportunities, Pacific again in 2020, and then things will head to Ann Arbor, Michigan in 2022. I know that seems like it is a long time away, and it is, but they plan these things in advance, so a chance for the Wolverines to host in 2022. And those are the future sites for men's and women's water polo championships. Well, if you've been to usawaterpolo.org anytime recently, you know the countdown is on to the 2017 Junior Olympics. As of today, we have 86 days to go until the world's biggest water polo tournament gets underway. Visit usawaterpolo.org/Junior Olympics for more information on this tournament. And don't forget, we want to tell your stories here on the Counterattack. We told some great ones in 2016. We want to do it again in 2017. If your club is making history, you have someone who's done something spectacular that they'll be taking to the Junior Olympics, let us know. Send an email to media@usawaterpolo.org or feel free to tag us on social media at USAWP. We look forward to telling your stories. And now we close things out as we do every week with our social media send-off, the very best of water polo on the internet. We are chock full of good stuff this week, and we get it started with promposals. It's that time of year where prom and water polo converge and a lot of creativity going on. We start things off here with this one. This is just a creative sign to ask the question, will you go to prom? And from there we go to Illinois, where one enterprising young man got a hold of the pool scoreboard to make his ask for prom. And more prom magic. How about these two ladies? First they play a game, then an hour later they are prom ready. Those are skills right there. Thanks to Danielle for sending that in. And then from getting ready to go to prom to physically getting ready to go to prom, sometimes you got to get out on the front lawn in your best looking gear and just do a little passing, a little dry land before you get in the limo. Love that from Donna Worst1, sending that in. Then from prom and promposals to straight up proposals. You know the deal, getting down on one knee, the diamond ring. Congrats to Olympian John Mann and his fiancee Kelly Eaton. John Mann sharing the good news here on Instagram. We keep it with Olympians, and Brenda Villa, she's already been proposed to. She's married, that's off the table, but now she is a member of the Positive Coaching Alliance National Advisory Board. Congrats to Brenda, doing great things in the sport of water polo and beyond. We go Flop Friday because it wouldn't be a social media send-off without one. Rose Bowl showing off their flop skills. The team jump all at once seems to be gaining popularity. Meanwhile, we showed you a single balloon pop last week. These guys in Texas, they all decided to flop into the pool while holding balloons, and pool operators everywhere cringe at the thought of popped balloons in the filter. Hopefully, they got them all out of the water. Thanks to Cameron for sending that in. Water polo players doing big things away from the game of water polo. Paul Piquel, former UCLA Bruin, en route to Navy SEAL training. We've often heard that water polo players make some of the best Navy SEALs, members of the Coast Guard. Congrats to Paul. Tony Azevedo was compared to actor Steve Zahn by Team USA, and we're not sure he is in agreement. What do you think? We've heard Bradley Cooper in the past. Who do you think Tony looks like? And last but not least, how do we get a game in this body of water? Australia always seems to be turning up with awesome pools. This is from Water Polo by the Sea. Would love to see a game in this body of water. And that's the best of what we've seen this week on the internet in our social media send-off. Thanks so much for all your contributions. Don't forget, stay involved. Use the hashtag counterattack. Tag us at USAWP, and we'll share the very best of what you have next week right here on the show. So that'll do it for this week's episode. Thanks so much for tuning in, and don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.